Welcome back to Cars and Farms. Today, we're gonna paint some fence panels. Stick with me, show you how it's done. Well, first things first, got some supplies in the back of the truck here. Let me show you what we got. What we got at the store, we got some Fence Pro paint, some long screws that are like lag replacements. We'll go ahead and set those on the back of the truck. That's for those, so we can actually attach those to something. But we got this Fence Pro. This is a good paint. This is what I painted all the other fences with, and it's holding up really well, even after a couple years. Then we got a paint sprayer here. That's gonna make life easy, because these are 16 foot long and 6 foot high. And they got all the nooks and crannies because it's a basket weave fence. So paint sprayer is a must here. And then of course, you gotta have paintbrush. Don't worry about all the other junk back there. Paintbrush to get in all those little edges and corners that the paint sprayer might not get to. I'm gonna go ahead and get stuff set up here. Gotta run an extension cord up there from the house down here, and then get to spraying hopefully. I might have to move some of these panels, because this panel is too close. I got good cypress wood back here behind it, so don't want to get no overspray on that. That black paint right there, I had like 1/16 of a bucket left, so I just smeared it on there. I hate to waste anything. Well, I got it all set up. Let me show you how it looks. Well, I got everything plugged up, plumbed in, and whatchamacallit. All that's done. Got it hooked to the power. That was fun. Finding a long enough cord to do that. So I took this panel, raised it up out of the dirt, brushed the dirt off the bottom. It's been sitting here probably a good month or so. So is that one. So just get it up off the dirt. I brushed the dirt off the bottom. Ain't gonna be perfect. It's just a fence. Not like we're painting the Mona Lisa here. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and get started. It looks like rain, so we better hurry up. Never used one of these. They're pretty simple. You hit the power, it starts pumping. Over here, the priming lever. Go ahead and switch that down, and you'll see paint coming out. What you want is to see black paint come out, not the white stuff. That's from the last time I cleaned it. Oh, just about to get it. Alright, now you got good black paint coming out. That's priming the pump. So that's good. We'll hold that down in there. And I'll flip this lever back. And you'll hear it bog down, and now it's ready. So that should be all good and set up. What it did, it primed the pump in here, and then it primed the line. Once the pump was full of paint, it could easily prime the line. So we'll go ahead and give her a few test sprays, get the dirt out of it. All the white stuff's the old cleaner from the last time they cleaned it. And we should start seeing black here in a second. See? Now we got good black paint coming out. Still got a little bit of the other stuff in it. Let it build back up prime. Now I think we're ready to go. Set you guys up here on a mount, and you can watch me spray, or try to at least. I don't know how well this is gonna work, but we'll see. I know a lot of people are going to say I'm getting way too close to this, but I really want heavy paint coat on this because it's helping protect the wood. So can't get enough of that. Well, that took about 7 minutes altogether. I don't think it came out half bad. It'd be hard to do that with a brush because it's hard to get in all those little nooks and crannies. And this is actually the back side of the fence, so I don't really care too much about this side. The neighbors might care about this side, but I really don't. But that's the back side. This is the front side, so you notice here, you can see all the ends. This is the front side, so it's got these beauty boards covering that. So I'll get this, let it dry, and then I'll probably flip it around and spray it. But while this one's drying, I'll go ahead and start on that one, do the same thing. So here I'm just trying to lay it on good and thick. It usually takes about 2 coats per board to get this on nice and thick. And this sprayer makes it real easy to do it too. It puts down a lot of paint. I used about 4.5 gallons of paint to do these 2 16-foot sections, front and back. So yeah, it took some time, and the wood really soaks up the paint. It's kind of incredible how even after drying and all that, this wood really absorbs all this paint. Here you can see me kind of trying to hit the angles like that, trying to get up underneath the edges of these boards. That's the hardest part of this whole thing to paint, is those edges. Got to hit them from the top, the bottom, and the front, and try to get in all the nooks and crannies. So not easy, but we got it done. And then we just had to finish off the other side, which was the same old same. Spray it down and just keep spraying. That's 2 sides down. Now I just got to paint the fronts and we should be done. Probably let this kick off and dry for a little bit before I go to move them and mess up all my beautiful paintwork. See you back here in about 20-30 minutes. So I'm walking back down to check on them, and man, they look good. Let me show you. So this is how they came out. It's been about 30-40 minutes of drying time, and I know these are already nice and dry to the touch. They're a little, not even really tacky, I would say, but you can see they're already dry. This paint came out great. Step back, get a good look at them. Oh yeah. Now I'm gonna take these, use the Bobcat forks, pick them up, spin them around, and get them set back up to paint the other side. You know the deal now. Got the sprayer hooked back up, about to spray these 2. And then after this, I'm gonna set some poles. Probably tomorrow though, so expect a shirt change coming up. Well, we're back day 2. Today, I'm gonna try to set 2 of these posts. We'll see how it goes. It's already been pissing rain all day, if I have to be honest. So I used the Bobcat, moved the panels over, laid them face down, so the outside of the fence on our side is on the bottom, and that allows me to attach these 4x4s. So I'm using 3 4x4s because these are 16 foot long, so kind of dividing it into 8s. These panels are super heavy, and I was afraid just to use the edges because you don't know how that's going to work. So middle support, and that'll be on the neighbor side, so we won't even see it on our side. But let me show you what I attached them, or how I attached them. As you can see, I got some screws in here. There's 4 down this side attaching to this post. There's 4 over there. And then I got some longer ones that go all the way through here, through this 2x4. And there's a 2x4 under that whole thing that attaches to. Let me show you the hardware. This is the hardware we got. Got a little DeWalt one time. So these are the screws I'm attaching the 4x4s to. They're supposed to be as strong as lags, so we'll see. Using 4 of them just to be extra safe. And these are the longer ones that go through the middle on that middle one. So yeah, pretty crazy looking heads, pretty strong. I use these longer ones here to actually put these panels together on every corner. There's a long lag and in the middle. So they worked great there, so I don't see why they shouldn't work great here. You can see this one isn't done yet, as you can see the gap there. So I'll go ahead and screw this one together. There's 1 and 2, and that one will share one of the posts over there whenever we get in position. Fun part's gonna be setting these. I'm planning to pick them up with the Bobcat over there and set them right in the holes, so we'll see how that goes. Just a plan. I know it's not traditional. Usually you put the post in, make them solid, then put them in the hole, but we're gonna try something different because I'm a different kind of guy. Let me get these screwed together, then we'll start augering some holes. That should be fun. I need 3 per panel. Well, 5 altogether for a day, so not too bad. Let's get to work. Got it all string lined out and all the spots marked where the posts are going to go. So let me show you. So that's going to be the corner post right there. Didn't push it all the way to the fence, and it's kind of off that fence for a reason. If you look down the fence line here, this fence actually bows out quite a bit. So I had to try to keep that in mind as I put these in. These yellow dots are really just reference. 8 foot each, that's where they should fall. But we all know how that goes. References look great on paper till you actually go to set the post in, and one of the posts is like 2-3 inches the wrong way. Break out the old Driller 9000 here and start shoving it in holes. Get these all pulled out, all the dirt pulled out the holes, and then we'll use the Bobcat and bring the fence panel over. And here I'd like to give a big shout out to my neighbor for coming over. Seen me over here setting the panels, and he said, hey, let me help you with that. I think he just wanted to come out in the rain and give me a hand. So here he is drilling the holes out, clearing them out for our last 2. We already set the first panel. That was enough of an S show. I didn't want to show you guys that. So the second one, still a little bit of an S show, but not as bad. So here he is augering the holes out, and we're about to set this thing. So the plan here was pretty simple, or so we thought. The plan was just to lean it up like this, let the post fall into the hole, and shove it in position. And that was all kind of going well. You can see me here lifting it up into place, and it looks pretty good right there. Only problem is, holes are about a foot too far over. So I lifted back out of the holes, and that was the hard part. The Bobcat really not very stable in lifting stuff from the bottom like that on a 2x4. So it got back out of the hole though, no problem. Leaned up against the fence, you know, not a big deal. We went ahead and augered out the holes, moved them over about a foot each. We had to do the very far end one there that he just did, and then I got to do this middle one. So we get all that done. We get them augered out. Not a big deal. So now the holes are cleaned out and moved over about a foot. We laid her back down, and this is where we run into some trouble. You can see how the panel's so leaned over. Well, it's so heavy. When I go to pick it up from the bottom, he said he was going to push it, just push it back up straight, and we'll set it in. But the problem is, he was on the other side of the fence, and there's no way for us to get this actually stood back up straight the way we had it going now. So, had to break out the ratchet straps. Which, thinking now, we probably should have done that the whole time, just ratchet strapped them and lifted them right off the end of the fork there. But hey, you live and you learn. We know now for the next, I don't know, 3 or 4 more panels I got to build, we'll be definitely ratchet strapping them and hooking them right to the forks to lift them, because you can see how smooth this goes now. Yep, just like that. Lifts it up, easy peasy. So now, when I lift it up, you can see the panel's nice and straight up and down. Those fresh augered out holes, post just fall right into place, no problem. So it slides right down in there, and we're actually really close to connecting these together, just the way it's set down in there. We finally got the math right on that, and here you can hear them running the drill, getting them together, and yeah, that looks good. Good enough. I mean, I'm going to take the skids here and maybe tap that one in a little.
That thing recording?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind then. I was going to say.
What a pain in the butt.
I was going to say good enough for the girls out.
Yeah. Looks good. Looks good from your house across the road, don't it?
That's it. Looks good from my house.
And we're back with the time lapse. So here we're just throwing some quick set concrete down in the holes. You can see him kicking it in, packing it down. I'm in charge of the hose like normal. So we just water down the concrete and fill it up, kick some dirt in the holes, and should be good to go. Well, I've been sweating. Been a lot of hard work, been a lot of trial and error for this. Never built a fence like this and set it all at the same time. So we had some problems, but let me show you the final result. So this is what we got. Basket weave fence, 2 panels done. We got some 4x4s here holding it up, let that concrete set. So we went ahead and put concrete in all the holes and all that, so should be pretty sturdy. 24 hours, poles will come down, and then I'll have to retouch it up. You can see where some of the paint came off. This was actually sawdust here. So the paint never got the wood. It was sitting on sawdust, didn't even notice. See that flaking off? So we'll touch up that. Got some dirt on the fence and stuff, but we didn't damage them any. Nothing too major at least. But she came out pretty nice. I'll show you how it's semi-square if you look down it. Yeah, not too bad. So that's pretty good for as bad as we did. There's the backside. But yeah, I think it came out pretty nice. Now we're gonna go park the Bobcat and call it a night. Have a little yard fixing here. Got some holes. Anytime you run the Bobcat, you're gonna have yard all torn up when you're done. So That's why I didn't plant no grass over here yet. Got to get this fence up, get all that done. Then we'll totally go through this whole thing, put dirt down, and redo grass here. I'm gonna go park this Bobcat, and I'm done. Well, it's the next day out here doing a little touch-up painting on the fence. Yeah, it's hot, definitely sweating. But all I'm doing is taking this 4-inch paintbrush here, like so, dip it in the 5 gallons, and just painting all my posts. Which is kind of hard because they're pressure treated, and you guys know how pressure treated works. It don't like to accept paint too good unless it's real dry. So we're just gonna go ahead and paint all this up. Well, there's our final product. That's 2 panels, 16 foot long, 6 foot high. Might be a little taller than 6 actually. But I think it came out pretty good. You look down, nice and straight. That one's kicked out just a little at the top, but not bad. Yeah, looks pretty good to me. Maybe a video in the future here, I'll show you how to build them, because I got to build like 3, 4 more going that way, so that's a possibility. I'll show you how to build one of these. Takes a lot of wood, and they're really heavy, so if you don't have equipment, I would maybe not build them and move them like I did. Hope you like the content of building this fence, putting it up. It's a project I've been putting off for a while now, so go ahead and give me a like, share, subscribe, any of that. I don't really care. Just keep watching the videos. Till next time, we'll see you at Cars and Farms.